Alright, now that we've talked about Blackboard, let's talk about the MyStatLab. So I'm going to go to MyStatLab.com, and if you've never used MyStatLab before, you'll have to register now. If you have, put your sign-in in, and it'll take you to a place where it'll ask for the course ID that you were just able to get to in your Blackboard. Again, once you do the getting the assignment, the entry quiz, right here there should be a place that it gives you the course ID. So it'll ask for your course ID. So I'm going to pretend I'm a new student for a second, and I am going to read what they have to say. You'll need your CVCC email is what I'd like you to use. The course ID that, again, you just found on Blackboard. It should have popped up after you took the entry quiz. And you're going to need either your access code that you have already. You can purchase one through the website. It's actually cheaper than the bookstore if you purchase it on the website. And they also have a trial period that you can do until, if you're waiting for funds to come in, money to come in, you can do that. So the setting this up is pretty standard, but it's going to ask for you to register, and the first thing it's going to ask for is the course ID. So again, that will be provided for you after you complete your entry quiz, which you have to take within like the first 10% of the course, and so I advise you doing that as soon as possible. Today would be good. Or officially the class opens on Thursday, so Thursday morning would be a great time to go ahead and get everything set up and take that entry quiz. So I'm going to go back to MyStatLab, and I'm going to sign into mine, and I want to show you a little bit what this is doing. This is our course, Math 152. So I'm going to bring that up, and I just want to give you an idea of how MyStatLab works. Right now, homework, it says that there is nothing due. Quizzes and tests, it says that there is nothing due yet. You can see on the course home that it tells you, oh, some things are going to open up on this date, right? I have all the first 6 chapters homework open on this date. It also talks about there's some tests that are open on this date. So you'll just be able to see when things are due. If I move forward on the calendar, you'll see that there's timed things that are due. On January 20th, all your Chapter 1 homework's due, and your test is due for Chapter 1. So here's another place you could view all assignments, but again, nothing is due yet. Some other things on here is that I want you to be aware of is the multimedia library. The multimedia library will let you go to, let's say, Chapter 1, and it'll give us all different types of information about Chapter 1. They have a PowerPoint on Chapter 1 that you could look at, some StatCrunch things that you could use. That's going to be the software that we're going to be using. It has the textbook. It'll take you to the textbook, the different sections so you could read. It has lecture videos. Like, let's click on 1.4 video. Appears like there's a couple of them. So here's a stratified sample, whatever that means, right? And it will give us a video of that lesson.
Remember, one of the goals in sampling is to obtain as much sample, or 28 people.
So this is something that you could use as a resource along with your reading that you're doing. There's some other videos that they have down here and the time that it takes. Speaking of your book, chapter contents, Chapter 1, Section 2, right? So you can, there's videos from it that we just saw, but you could go directly to the book and look at these sections in the book, and you can read online. Again, you do not have to purchase the book. You can use the ebook. That is an option that you have. Same as the textbook, that the hard copy of the textbook. So this is a small introduction to MyStatLab. I'll be back with introduction to StatCrunch here shortly.